Every Christmas morning, Eleanor Whitman placed a wooden chair by the window, not for decoration, not for comfort, but for waiting. The chair faced Maple Street, where snow fell softly each December, and children dragged sleds past her small house. Eleanor would sit there wrapped in a wool shawl, her hands folded, eyes fixed on the road as if time itself might appear walking toward her. She'd been waiting for 12 years. Her daughter Claire left home at 22 with a suitcase full of ambition and a heart full of unfinished conversations. She promised she'd come back for Christmas. She always promised. At first, Claire called every week, then every month, then only on holidays, and eventually, not even then. Life, Eleanor understood, had a way of getting loud when you were young. Still, every December, Eleanor prepared the house as if Claire were just running late. She decorated the tree with the same fragile ornaments Claire had loved as a child. She baked ginger cookies using her mother's recipe. She cooked too much food, 2 plates instead of 1 because hope once learned is hard to unlearn. The neighbors noticed. "Come over to our place this year," Mrs. Harris said kindly. "No one should be alone on Christmas." Eleanor smiled politely. "Thank you," she replied, "but my daughter might come." Every year the same answer. Christmas Eve arrived with heavy snow and colder silence. The weather report warned of power outages, and by evening the lights flickered once, then disappeared. The house fell into darkness. Eleanor lit a candle and placed it by the window. Outside, Maple Street was quiet, buried under white. She sat in her chair, listening to the tick of the old clock and the sound of her own breathing. She wasn't angry anymore. Anger takes energy. Waiting takes patience. At 9 p.m., she checked her phone. No messages. At 10:30, she reheated dinner she wouldn't eat. At 11:45, she whispered into the empty room, "It's okay, I understand." That was the hardest part, understanding. Just after midnight, headlights cut through the falling snow. Eleanor's heart skipped, then slowed. She'd imagined this moment too many times before. Cars passed. People turned around. Hope learned caution. But this time the car stopped. The engine shut off. The door opened. Eleanor stood slowly, her knees weak, her candle shaking in her hand. A shadow moved toward the house. Then a knock. Soft, careful, almost unsure. Eleanor opened the door. The candle slipped from her fingers and melted into the snow. "Mom." Claire stood there, older, thinner, eyes full of regret and exhaustion. Snow clung to her coat and her voice cracked under the weight of years unspoken. "I know I'm late," Claire said. "I know I said I'd come so many times, but I didn't know how to face you after staying away so long." Eleanor didn't answer. She reached out and pulled her daughter into her arms. No anger, no lectures, only relief. They stood there holding each other while snow continued to fall, indifferent to the miracle happening beneath it. Inside, the house felt warmer almost instantly. Claire noticed the chair by the window. "You still keep it there," she said softly. "I didn't want to miss you," Eleanor replied. Claire's eyes filled with tears. They sat at the table together, eating cold Christmas dinner and laughing at the ridiculousness of it. The power was still out, but neither of them noticed. Later, as the clock crept toward morning, Claire reached into her bag and pulled out a small wrapped box. "I brought you something," she said. Inside was a photo frame. It held a picture Eleanor had never seen. Claire standing on a city street holding a coffee, smiling at the camera. On the back, written in neat handwriting, were the words, "For the woman who never stopped waiting." Eleanor touched the frame gently. "I was never waiting for you to be perfect," she said. "I was just waiting for you to come home." That Christmas morning, the chair by the window stayed empty, not because Eleanor stopped believing, but because she didn't need to wait anymore. Message: sometimes the greatest Christmas miracle isn't a gift, a light, or a promise kept on time. It's love that waits and forgives when the door finally opens.